I'm State Representative Fred Finn of the 35th Legislative District, which includes all of Mason as well as parts of Kitsap, Thurston, and Grays Harbor counties. We're halfway through the 2011 legislative session. I'd like to talk to you about our state ferry system. Lawmakers are considering several proposals to reform the management and oversight of our ferries, as well as how to get labor costs under control. Our ferry system is an important extension of our state highways. In our district, we have ferry terminals in Kitsap County that link Bremerton and Seattle. It's important to maintain a service level that meets the demand. But the current system is not sustainable and it needs reform. Here are some of the ideas we're considering in Olympia to ensure a more efficient system that meets the needs of our population. First, we're working to establish parity between the labor contracts of ferry workers and those of other state employees. There's legislation in the works that would rein in overtime costs and bring more fairness to the collective bargaining process. We're also focusing on improving performance and cost efficiency within the ferry system by holding managers more accountable and establishing specific performance measurements that must be met or exceeded. If the standards aren't met, management services could be privatized. There's been some success already in efforts to reform our ferries and how our ferries are operated. Since 2008, several cost-saving measures have been implemented. The use of consultants has been slashed by 82%, and staffing on both the capital and operating sides has seen big cuts. Cost modeling for our ferry terminal maintenance has been revised in a way that saves money. These actions have saved about $26 million annually, according to the ferry system. Moreover, unions gave up cost of living adjustments, saving $9 million last year. And despite major budget challenges, the legislature has worked with the ferry system to build desperately needed new vessels. This year, however, is all about operational and labor reform. While we've addressed some capital issues and found some administrative savings, it just isn't enough. We really have to get labor costs under control to keep the system viable into the future. One last point I'd like to touch on is this. The governor has proposed a combination of fare increases and service reductions that are of great concern to legislators like me who represent ferry communities. There was also an idea floated by the governor to create a regional taxing district among several counties, including Kitsap County, to fund ferry operations. I think this is an unworkable idea that won't secure stable funding for our ferries, and I was not the only one who felt this way. The governor has since backed away from that idea, but it illustrates the challenges we face in finding a sustainable and long-term way to fund our ferries. Together with my colleagues, I want to try to find ways this session of reducing spending in other areas to preserve as much service as possible. I also want to ensure that any ferry legislation we pass won't have a detrimental effect on the people in my district who need reliable and affordable ferry service. Feel free to contact me with your feedback on this issue. I welcome your thoughts and any ideas you might have for reforms. Thanks for watching this video today. I'll continue to keep you updated as things happen here in Olympia. Again, I'm State Representative Fred Finn of the 35th Legislative District. Thank you.